Hello, hello, Saggy Joe. Been a while. Uh, no, I uploaded yesterday, but I'm pretty sure no one watched that. So I wanted to start practicing my instruments. Then I realized A, I left my guitar somewhere else. B, I don't have a clarinet reed, and C, I have a violin, but everything else is shit. Like I have the actual. Oh, yeah, actually, I have the actual violin, like the physical violin, but the bow sucks. I don't have any rosin. It's dusty as hell. Um, the clarinet, the reed's broken, but everything seems to be intact. And then the uh, and the guitar, I don't even know where it is. I gotta go find that. And I still got a saxophone and flute somewhere. Now, uh, it might be a bit much to be trying to go back to my instruments, but I think it's healthy to have this kind of hobby, especially because I'm the type of person to have a lot of time and not really do a lot with it. So I just want to try to be productive nowadays. Maybe I could sing. I can do a little bit of voice acting. Who knows? It's all about just making using my time wisely because I've sort of wasted my 20s. Due to a lot of health issues, a lot of excuses, a lot of mental health problems that I had growing up. And speaking, of that, if you are going through something, especially with mental health, I don't want you guys to feel. If I do make jokes that it's not important or anything like that, but I might make the joke here and there about certain things, and I hope that you don't feel discouraged. It's always good to get help, especially mental health help. So with that out of the way, yeah, I really don't know what to do now with my current situation with my music instruments because the whole point of my resolutions is to try to do something every single day. I mean, five instruments is hard to maintain, but it's not like I'm trying to be an orchestra player. I'm kind of just like want to get back to doing something. I find the clarinet's a very very underrated instrument. It's probably more for harmony, chords. It's sort of like a. It has an interesting sound compared to I guess the more popular melodic instruments such as the violin, the flute. Honestly, those are the only two instruments who usually have a melody, and if it's the brass, it's usually the trumpet, right? But again, it varies from genre to genre, so it's something that's something to keep in mind. I got inspired by actually Twoset to get back to my instruments. I'm 30 now. I'm turning 30 this year. It's about time that I get back. I think I stopped playing instruments 20 when I was 22, so it's been about 8 years since I last played instruments pretty seriously. I used to do a lot of pop. Not that I didn't do any classical music, but with classical, it was kind of hard to do without guidance. Um, I got pretty good at the flute. Not gonna say I could have joined an orchestra or even gone to music school, but I'd like to think I was okay. But I can't find my dookie ass flute. I don't know where it is. And I got all my instruments for cheap, so they're not gonna sound very nice either, even if I do record it. But I gotta find a way to invest in reeds, which is not so bad. But then if I look into a bow, that's where things get more complicated. And then I gotta get new violin strings. The guitar string should be fine. I want to play classical guitar. I've always struggled with chords. I'm not sure why. It just never made sense to me. But classic guitar is sort of what I'm more capable of playing because I do prefer not strumming. Well, I prefer like plucking. It's a variation of guitar that I much prefer. I don't like playing chords for too long. I just don't get the whole up down part. I don't get it. I feel like a dumbass. And for the life of me, I can't figure it out. But yeah, I just don't get it for whatever reason. So there's that clarinet. I think I'm pretty confident. It's pretty similar fingerings to the flute. So it's just gonna be on the bottom, and then I gotta control my airflow. I I guess I'll be mostly self-taught, but there is a concerto that I do want to try on the clarinet. There's a very good clarinet player. I forgot her name. It's on YouTube. I think it's a Mozart concerto, clarinet concerto. It was really really nice. Again, Clarinet, very, very. It's. I think it's a pretty underrated instrument. It's a little bit versatile when you try to use its melodic tunes. It's a little. It's a lot softer, of course, in the saxophone, even the soprano sax. It doesn't really have the jazzy feel. But if you want a more calm, like a more calming melodic tune that's not too high pitched or in your face. I find the clarinet's kind of like that. If that makes sense, I don't really know what the hell I'm saying. To be perfectly honest with you, I'll just chatting about the instruments. In case I haven't mentioned it, I did play the flute. No, I did it. I did mention that. What the hell am I saying? The guitar. My dad played it, and then he broke his arm, and his two fingers are paralyzed. He's never been able to play it after that, so I never really got a chance to learn from him. And I made a lot of mistakes tuning guitar. I've broken a couple guitars that way. I've hit a guitar against the metal on a bus because the case was kind of dookie. Guitars are not cheap. I owe my parents a lot for always encouraging my interest in music. Unfortunately, I never really pursued it. But who knows what the future holds now? Like, if who knows? In 2 years, I could probably be performing with a few instruments. I don't think I'll ever come out with my own song, but who knows? Again, it's not that easy. But the whole point of playing is just to get back to that habit, having good habits, when I was young, and just keep myself busy because my mental health is not the greatest, and I find the best way is just to keep yourself busy, at least for me personally. But sometimes, a lot of people can say you're kind of just ignoring the problem as opposed to acknowledging it or focusing on it. And there's truth to that. I want to play instruments again. I've been binging a lot of Twoset. I don't watch them as often as I used to, but I do binge them every now and then. Every few months I'll go over their new videos and wonder where my passion went. I followed them I think when I first found them, they only had like 80,000 subscribers or something like that. It was a long while back, and I could tell there was a gap between my skill and their skill, so I never really thought I had a chance with playing music. But I wholly encourage you to do things because you enjoy it. I did martial arts because I enjoyed it. I did music because I enjoyed it. And I'm going to be working 3 jobs soon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the time for that, but I still think that if the opportunity presents itself, I should take it. I already do dance, and music is a hell of a lot healthier for my body right now than dance. Right, my back fucking hurts, man. Like I'm old. I can't dance like I used to, so it's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I gotta find that passion I had. I think after COVID, I've really forgotten who I was. I've lost my identity in a certain way, and I'm just gonna try to revisit a lot of things that I used to, and see where that goes for me. Anyways, thank you for listening. Have yourself the great rest of your night, day, wherever. Later days.